you know you're just getting started, you want to learn the things. Either the students and the freshers come with the mindset that, hey, I will only write JavaScript.
If we run on AWS, I think per month bill only we will cross around $1 lakh.
Folks, he's just being nice. I didn't inspired him. I forced him. I literally choked him out that hey, we need to go this. We need to do this. What's the story behind Learnyst? Everybody wants to know about the name Learnyst. Come on, Shankar, spill it out.
It's more of a do-it-yourself platform rather than sales or driven by Learnyst team.
I'll put the title as How Not to Be Affected by the Tech Product Marketing. This is the proper way of how you become a full stack developer, because it's not about full stack. It's about full stack heavy on back end or full stack heavy on front end. So much to talk and so much fun stuff. Hey there, everyone. My name is Hitesh. Hope you already know me. You are on my channel. So welcome, everyone. And I would like to welcome all of you into this new format, the new podcast style of the thing that I have started. There are so many people in the industry that I know. There are so many people who are my good friend, and I would love to have a discussion with them about the tech, the products, what they are building next, and the things that are happening around the recent Apple event, what happens in Ruby on Rails, what happens in Django, what happens in JavaScript ecosystem. How does it look like when OpenAI does a collaboration with Stack Overflow? I thought that I have so many friends to discuss these things in a podcast, pure tech, pure geeky style. So I thought, why not to start with one of my oldest friend here, from where we have started so many things, built so many stuff. But it's very, very difficult to bring him on the camera and guide him around. He's very camera shy, but finally I've done the job. So welcome everyone. Welcome Shankar on to this very first episode of the podcast.
Hi guys, Shankar here. I am one of the co-founder and CEO of Learnyst. Thank you, Hitesh, for inviting me.
Oh man, couldn't be the more formal than this. Were you reading from a script?
Low.
Why are you so shy of the camera? One of your friend is living, eating, and everything on the
Yes.
camera, even sipping tea on the camera. Why
Yeah.
are you so afraid of camera?
From childhood, I'm like that, but after seeing you, I thought need to start talking about Learnyst and whatever we had discussion. So actually, you inspired me. So this is the first time I am talking on camera in this way. So let's see where it goes.
Folks, he's just being nice. I didn't inspired him. I forced him. I literally choked him out that hey, we need to go this. We need to do this. I don't have anybody who I can start talking like this. And by the way, this guy is, you have no idea. This guy is equally technically geek or probably more than me. How many editors you have been there?
I've used probably 6 to 7 editors. I started with Notepad, then Vim, then Emacs, then
That's it.
TextMate.
You don't need to say anything else after Vim. How many days or how many months or how many years in the Vim?
Vim, almost 7 years. So I used to work for Motorola Embedded System basically. There, the only unique thing used to work was great was Vim. So and remote system we had to connect. So
Oh
Vim was
man.
the only way. So
That's it.
yeah.
That's how we set the benchmark and the stage that we have a guy who live and breathe in the Vim. And for 7 years, goddamn man, 7 years in the Vim. How were you able to escape out of the Vim?
Oh, Vim, it's a nice world. You no need to escape. Actually, if you learn, it's more than enough. The speed compromises for all the other features. So yeah, once you go to higher programming language, then I think Sublime is very good, followed by Code. So right now I'm using Code because it supports lot of modern features and Markdown is pretty good. So and you can for just note taking also it's pretty good.
Yeah, a
So
lot of people don't know this, but me and Shankar, first time Ranjan saw this and he was also, hey, Tesh, you also take notes in the markdown in the code editor? I said, yes. I said, Shankar also does this. Like, how many of the people are there who actually takes their note in the code editor? Like, I think it's faster than even any to-do app.
yeah.
So, coming back on to some of the things to discuss. Before we discuss the things, I would like to present the things that we have been building for how long, Shankar? How long we have been building Learnyst?
We are
I
building from
forgot the years.
past
8
6, 7
years?
years. Yeah,
7 or
8 years.
8? 8, I guess.
8 years, yes.
Yeah, 8. So let me show the people what we have been building together. All of this. So, in case you don't know, just a little brief overview of this. So, hope you can see my screen, and I'll open this up.
Oh, Hitesh, what is this?
Oh, which one? This?
The tab, yes.
Yeah. A lot of people have asked this on the YouTube as well that, hey, Tesh, what's this? So, the thing is, this is very, very inspiring. This is not to put yourself down, this is to put yourself up. See, I also need motivation from time to time, although I give it to a lot of people, but I need this. One of the worst way of spending your time is arguing with people, going with the things which you have, you know, that it's not worth your time. So this keeps me reminded that there is no point of arguing with anyone, there is no point of replying to trolls, there is no point in having unnecessary argument with anyone. Just say, okay, you win, bye. Because my life is ticking like this. Every minute, every single second, I'm wasting. So anything which is not worth my time, I don't spend time with that. If it is worth it, then only. Every second. And that's why I love to keep it in the millisecond. Every time I open the tab. And that's the reason I don't argue with anyone. If you like me, that's great. If you don't like me, walk away, man. I have no time for you.
Pretty good way to keep you motivated, Hitesh. Probably I will also add something like this.
Yeah, if I had like something like a plugin or Chrome, if it would be like Instagram would be 100% on the web, I would have designed the plugin like after every 3 reel you see this. so that, so that but it's on mobile. They don't allow me to do so. So by the way, apart from that plugin, this is we have been building together from last 8 years. Good journey and lots of ups and downs, lots of things. By the way, we are not backed up by any VC, although we have discussed and thought about it every year. Every
Yes.
year there's a discussion that when can we bring in VC in, when can we do this? But we have done it all. This is an LMS, Learning Management System. What's the story behind Learnyst? Everybody wants to know about the name Learnyst. Come on, Shankar, spill it out.
Yeah. So when we were planning for the name, we wanted something, that resonate with the educators.
Come
So
on,
we
man. That's
were
that's that's the formal way. What the series you were watching?
actually two of the series were pretty popular. I forgot I told you that one was Divarist on color or somewhere it was there. They used to call musicians and give a platform to them, and they used to perform there. So that program I liked. Then there was another mentalist,
Yeah, mentalist.
so I
Ah,
was pretty hooked on to that.
come on, man. The
So
formal way of it should match with learning. We started with the fun that hey, Learnyst is pretty good. Mentalist is good if learn. That means Learnyst could be good. The domain is available. That was the marker that hey,
yes,
domain is available. We can do this.
yeah. So catalyst for education is Learnyst. So that's how everything fell into place. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll definitely discuss. There are so many parameters, so many challenges, so many hiccups that we faced, and this is what we have built. So we'll definitely come back onto this one. Just don't want to keep you on the screen itself. Definitely, there is so much more to talk about how things came into the picture and whatnot. We'll start slowly with the things, but first. Okay, can we discuss about the scale where the Learnyst is right now? Because that is where people will be surprised as well as, oh man, this is like really a lot.
So we have around 3,000 creators or educators on our platform, and there are around 12 lakhs students using the platform. We have hosted around 120 plus million minutes on Learnyst, that is around 12 crore video minutes are there. Live classes around 12 million minutes we are stream every till now, and every month there are around 9,000 classes happening on Learnyst. So this is, the current scale of Learnyst that we are running.
Oh man, how many students we are serving as of now?
12 lakhs.
12. No, 12x. I think it's little more than that, I guess. Around that, but let's just say let's settle down on 12
Yeah.
lakhs, which is also a pretty big number. Hi, from post production Hitesh, and yes, just after the podcast, I asked my team to check out how many students in total we have. And yes, Shankar was wrong. We have over 12 million students, not 12 lakh. He missed a zero. Genuine mistake, but it's okay. Now you know it from the post production Hitesh. Let's get back there. And it
Yeah.
feels so good that we are able to serve students as well as teachers. And we both have been into the edtech industry. We don't know what else to do. We are just here.
Yes.
And this is something which makes me super happy that we are able to build such thing at such scale that it is helping everybody. This is shaping the entire future of the nation itself. I know these are big words, but hey, somehow we are doing it. And the ability to do that, that's fantastic, man. A little bit more on the techie side. Although we have reduced and optimized how much bandwidth we are consuming every month from AWS, but Shankar, how much we are consuming combined of every 2 months? Because that's easier to say.
We per year we are nearing 50-60 petabytes
Yeah. And
of streaming bandwidth.
that's on the
Yes.
lower side now.
Yes, it's off season right now. So when the season picks up, or in COVID season, we used to stream a lot. Now it's around 50-60 PB we are streaming. So it's pretty good. Actually, what we have done is we were consuming a lot of bandwidth. When Reliance came up with the limit of 1 GB per month, at that time, students, all bandwidth is being consumed. This problem came in. Then we went back again. We optimized our transcoder. See, our transcoding video may not be like regular movie video. We have a teacher teaching with fairly fixed background or something. So we modified the standard algorithm to process this and reduce the video to very small. If you take
Yeah.
144 video size, it will come in 10 MB, 5 MB. This size we will stream.
Yeah. We'll come
So
back
that's how
onto the
we
transcoding.
rewrote everything.
We will
Yeah.
definitely do an entire stream just on encoding and decoding because that's really, really amazing. And I also saw it when I was into the Learn Code Online. I used to shrink my videos to almost 4 MBs. At 1080p videos in 4 MB, it's unheard of. And we were able to achieve that together. That
Yeah.
actually helped us to put the courses in just 200 rupees and 300 rupees. Otherwise, it's
Yes.
not possible. And yeah, so we
Yeah.
will do a separate episode on encoding and how
Sure. Yeah.
we haven't marketed it much, but it's not wrong to say that we are pioneering that segment in the whole
Yes.
India and probably in the world as well. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
a couple of other things. So, the reason why we have shrink down the consumption to just a like few good PBs every month is because of our mobile app. We gave the student ability to download the videos, of course, with the security features. It's not like you can download and move it the videos anywhere you like, but it doesn't consume your bandwidth. It gives you security as well. The DRMs are there, the security is there, and that has reduced the consumption of the bandwidth for us, for student, for teachers. So everybody was happy. We were paying less bill to AWS. The teacher was paying less bill to us, and the student is paying less bill to Ambani's.
Yes.
So
True.
it's nice. Okay, coming to the LMS part of the one of the common thing which a lot of people need to know is who owns the data of the LMS platform. So a lot of companies are there and they work on different model. We work on different model. So how do we work? Just want to know from you.
Yeah, so as you know, Hitesh, all the data, learner, content, everything is owned by the teacher only. So whenever they want, we export and just dump it in S3. They can take it and move it anywhere. So in terms and condition, privacy policy, we have mentioned this. All the data, anytime they can delete or move it out. So we worked in pure SaaS model. So we provide technology service. It's a catalyst for education, but content wise, we have no standing or no holding.
Yeah,
So
that's the
yeah,
best part that we do, and I think that's ethically absolutely correct to do. And again, it's a different business model. I'm not saying anybody is doing wrong. It's their perspective, their business model. For
yes,
us, it's you don't even need to ask us. There is a button there. Just click and export and take
yes,
all of your students' data. No
yes.
need to even reach out to us that hey, set up a meeting. No, you don't need to. You just click a button and you just export everything. So if we don't own the students' data, if we don't own the content or anything, what's the pricing model of the LMS that we have here?
So it's monthly subscription fee. So depending on the feature requirement and the usage, you can go to different plan. So for getting started people, they can start using the platform at 3,000 per month. Then as their usage increase, they can increase to the higher plans. And enterprise customer, for them, they will have specific needs, like some feature is required, some is
Yeah,
not
custom
required.
designs.
Yes, and they require a lot of support. All these things will come in enterprise plan. So for majority of the users, they no need to talk to Learnyst team also. They can go subscribe and start using the platform in their own domain. Same way app also they can build on their own and they can launch it. It's more of a do-it-yourself platform rather than sales or driven by Learnyst team.
Yeah,
So that's
this
how it works. Yeah.
this is really nice now. It looks all nice now that you can publish your own app, and we'll definitely have a podcast on the publishing of the app versus and the CI/CD feature of the app that we have right now. It is so difficult to pull in, man. It is so difficult.
Yes.
But earlier it used to be so different, and I remember the days have so many back and forth about the keys. Log
Yes.
in into your console, give us the keys when we'll publish
Yeah.
it. Because one of the things we have been doing from the early days is we don't publish on your behalf. It's not like one account of the Learnyst and all of the apps are published from that. No, we don't do that. The whole idea is to give you the power that if you don't like us for any XYZ reason, you can publish your own app or
Correct.
whenever you want. You don't want us. Things happen in the business, and that's okay. And
Yes.
oh man, this is the one reason that we are on the flat pricing, and we actually ask students and all the teachers that hey, you own the data. Investors don't like us.
Yeah, that is true. We don't hold anything. Even when some customers are migrating from other platform, there is a key file in Android. That thing is
Yeah.
also owned by the service provider like us. We take from the teacher. We don't hold it like it's a key to the platform or Android Play Store, nothing like that. It will be with the customer only. So they share with us. We load the app in their Play console only. So from end to end, it will be customer platform, fully white labeled. So
Oh, this reminds me of an early incident that happened to me only ever in the history of learners.
yeah.
See, I was involved in the code part and in the non-code part and talking with the team and so much. And there was an intern at Learnyst who did the very internish role. He somehow misplaced my key.
Yeah.
I was having two apps of Learn Code Online. One was for the Indian segment, one was outside of India segment. I called it as
Mm.
Global LC. An intern came in and somehow he misplaced the key and he forgot where I placed the key. I didn't had the copy of it because it was generated on his machine. And very intern of him, he said, I don't know how to update the app now. And I was like, are we logged out of our own app? And he said, seems like that way. Oh man, that's where we started that we need to preserve the keys
Yes.
into a
Yes.
separate platform now that interns, even if they wish to, they cannot remove it, delete it. Oh man, that was so much of learning.
Yes.
Shankar, what's your take? How does it feel like to
Oh,
not have a...
it's very difficult. Right now, what we do is we check into GitHub only. So at least version will be there always if deleted or moved or anything, right? There will be version. And it is automated. So all the keys goes there. It will stay there. No modification. If any modification also will come to know. So versioning we are using other way around. For images also we push to Git and this also we push to Git.
Yeah, it was very early days. We were
Yes.
even not that polished. We were trying to figure out the things,
Yes.
and I think these are the stories which makes us vulnerable at the same time. Yeah, we started just like you guys. We made the mistakes and all these things, and how
Yeah.
this is how everybody gets started. Okay, apart from this. Again, by the way, I asked Learnyst, the Shankar, to prepare this data in advance. I even don't know this data. Shankar doesn't know this. We have to pull this from running the classic SQL queries and all of that. So, how many approx hours are hosted, and every day, how many hours of content comes in? Do we have that?
Uh, Comes in hosted already, it's 120 plus million minutes.
Yeah. So
So
that's
this is
the
hosted
total.
minutes. Yes, total hosted minutes. I think monthly, right now, we should be getting around 100 to 200K minutes of videos. I am guessing I can get you the number. So 400K of minutes of videos we are loading. See how it happens is whenever live class is taken, that live class recording is auto loaded to Learnyst. So that gives huge data to us. And once that is loaded, teacher they decide what to retain, how to make the video presentable, and that is one part of uploading things happening all the time. The other part being recorded content, prepared content that they are loading. So sometimes, say, I think a few months back there was CAT exam, UPSC exam, all going on. At that time, it reached, we were running close to for transcoding 400 to 500 machines on AWS we were running. All spot instances, we have written our own algorithm, which spot instance to fetch and run and all, because cost we have to keep it down. Transcoder is, if you go to AWS, it's the most expensive thing. If we run it on AWS, I think per month bill only we will cross around 1 lakh dollars of AWS usage. So we have tried many times, but this transcoding doesn't work other than our own custom. So we have written a management algorithm to start machine, stop machine, divide the video into so many machines, so that again the teacher will be loading in front. The expectation is the video should be processed in 1 hour
Yeah.
video, maximum 1 hour it has to be processed. So on depending on that, we spin the machines, we kill the machines, and if AWS takes out of spot, then we will search for the other machine, add to the cluster, and again continue processing. So it should be stateless, always running, and without anybody monitoring, it should scale up, scale down.
Yeah, and the biggest problem that I've always seen is scaling down. Yeah, scaling up is comparatively easy, and AWS gives you tons of options and SDKs and code and whatnot. But it gives you so less of information about what's happening in my machine and can I scale it down. Like I
Yes.
need all the parameters, what's happening in the machine, how many CPUs, how many processors are running. You give me that, based on that I can scale it down.
Yeah.
But AWS being AWS.
Yeah, they don't have complete packages for scaling down. Right now, they have X-ray for traceability, which machine it goes, and on individual machine we have to put CloudWatch and monitor how the CPU is and all. Before putting this, we have seen some machine running for 5% of CPU only, not utilizing the complete time. All these things problems were there. So we have written a layer, monitoring layer, where we monitor how much CPU is used. At least 40-50% usage is there, then it's good. So above 70% usage is there, we have to spin up more machine. So this is mainly for our application server. So we monitor and trace for bugs and all. We use that. It is more or like Datadog, but Datadog gives you complete front end to back end. We use AWS only, X-ray plus CPU monitor, CloudWatch, and some of the packages in Nginx and Apache, whatever they provide, that one we use.
And by the way, we need to have a one discussion separately on the recent SSL and the CDN issue that we were able to fix. So, by the way, now every school gets its own CDN, and there's a lot of thing happening in behind the scene about not just CDN, the SSL. I remember in the very early days when we launched the version 1, we didn't had SSL.
Yes, manually
So
we used to deploy.
yeah, manually used to deploy, and even
Yes,
on the very first version, there was no SSL. We were running it
correct.
on HTTP. It
Yes,
we come from that early time, and
yes,
surprisingly, we were having students at that time also.
yes,
They were happily enrolling, doing all of these things. Yes, the Google, the not secure stuff, very painful for us. But at that time, we tried to find out solutions that how can we do it automatically. If it is one school, surely we can go ahead and deploy it and your job is done. But that's not what the goal was. The goal was to automate it in somehow that it doesn't cost us much. It doesn't takes time. Oh man, how many days? I think a week it took us to figure out a solution. Probably around a week.
Yes. Yeah, starting we had deployed, I think, Learn Code Online also. I remember you bought a SSL certificate, we
Yeah.
took it, we added, and
Oh man,
every year renewal.
if I had to say to people that yes, I was the guy who bought an SSL certificate, they'll say, "Oh man, who buys an SSL these days? Everybody who buys an SSL? It's everything is free. Let's Encrypt is there, but Let's Encrypt
Yes.
was not there at that time, I guess."
Yes, Let's Encrypt was not there. Once they came in, I think we were the early adopters. We wrote the code, we had a SSL termination reverse proxy where all the requests used to terminate from, decode the SSL certificate and take it. That was, it worked like gem. The open source what Let's Encrypt has written and how they maintain, it's really, really good. It changed the entire business model, probably cost lakhs or millions of dollars loss for all these SSL guys. We use that. We had Nginx written custom code to reverse proxy, decode the SSL and take the request inside to our VPN. So after that, the problem came. It came single point of failure. If our customers are in India, Singapore, US, and all, for SSL decoding, they had to come to a certain location. That was huge pain. Means means the speed was not consistent. So we host in AWS, and typically Mumbai is their center. So all the requests in India has to come to Mumbai. Then the response used to go out. So there was a variable delays between various customers. Some guys were saying Learnyst is slow. Some were saying it's pretty good. It's running good. South side and all people were happy. North side it was it was getting very, very slow because Delhi is the pop for CDN pop is there in Delhi, and lot of places they have added now. So we worked with AWS team, collaborated with them, and they provided us limitless CDN deployments. So what we did, we decentralized this. We moved all SSL, and for each customer we provided one CDN deployment. So each customer request, response, everything is in one CDN. Thereby we can customize, localize the changes for one customer. Whatever the change, say tomorrow we have to deploy a code, code browser or code compiler and all. For chai or code, we can do that. Other customer can run without any worries. And SSL is distributed now. And we have a SSL management server, which, whenever the license comes to expiry, it requests the new certificate, then it will add to that CloudFront deployment.
Yeah, and I think during the LCO also we came to know that there's a limit on per domain SSL that you can find. It used to be, now it's not there. I actually deployed so many of the subdomains.
Yes. 10 or something was there.
Yeah,
So we
I
ran
was just
into that problem also.
firing up. I didn't know that
Yes.
it was there. I was just
Yes.
having fun with the different tags, just like I always do. And then we came to know, oh, there's a limit. But that's the fun part. Okay, a couple of more stuff. What can we share with the people? Okay, technical challenges definitely are there about scaling an LMS platform or any platform. And the best part I think we have done is not doing the premature optimization. We never thought from the scale size of Google or Microsoft. We just always thought it from the scale size of let's do on the go. Let's scale it as we need it. So now if we look back, I'm pretty happy with that approach. What's your take? Are you happy with that, or we should have done the optimization from the day one? What do you think about it now?
I think whatever we have taken approach, it's pretty good. We may have lost one or two to aggressive scaling if we had done. We at one point we wanted to move to NoSQL completely.
Yeah.
So
That marketing, I remember.
yeah.
I think LinkedIn was the culprit, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, LinkedIn was the culprit for doing aggressive marketing on that.
Yeah.
Another story for another day. That how I'll put the title as how not to be affected by the tech product marketing.
Yes.
Thank goodness we didn't do that.
Yeah, we have AWS, architect consult. They usually we discuss with them. So we told we want to, MySQL is pretty old. This problem, that problem. We want to go to NoSQL. We want to do this. Even though it was profiting them at that time, they suggested, see, what is the problem? This is the problem. You do microarchitecture. Don't worry about
Yeah.
this. This is working code. Why you want to touch it?
Yeah.
So, so you leave it, you can try it out there and come back. So now we have 3 or 4 database, one MySQL for all, standard relationship,
Major,
everything
heavy,
working.
heavy duty.
Yes, which is transaction in nature. For that we have DynamoDB for, where the relationship, all these things we need to map and take the data, cache the data and all. And Redis for caching, typical request response to caching, queues, all these things we use Redis. Then we have Starrocks for big data analytics, connected to that Kinesis and load balancer where all the events are dumped. So then Aura database, we wanted to typically move to Aura because it provides Lambda, serverless, we can connect and all. But the experiment we did, it didn't succeed. It was not as good as we thought.
No, it was
So,
marketed. I think
yes.
that was. Oh man, you and me both have been fooled by these marketing for a limited time, but then we
Yes.
tested it out, then we realized, oh man, this is not what it looks like.
Yes.
Okay, by the way, a lot of people don't know this, but we are on Ruby on Rails.
Yes.
And I think DHH would be a big fan. Not a fan, but hey, would be saying, hey, this is a good choice. Probably I'll tweet him out that hey, we are scaling this much, and we are on Ruby on Rails. All thanks to DHH. He's a
Yes.
nice guy, little bit aggressive, but
Yeah.
yeah, and we're pretty happy with the Ruby
Yes.
on Rails. There is no complaint about their.
It's pretty solid. Means, you can learn a lot of things by working on Ruby on Rails. How to organize the teams or how to work on a code. In JavaScript world, there is no order.
Oh,
So,
that's an unorganized chaos. You go your
yes,
way, I'll go my way, and we will never meet. That's how things
yes.
are designed in JavaScript.
So we started for earlier project we use Ruby on Rails. So it's pretty good. Means anybody wants to learn newly, right? See, it's typically we get lot of fresh people working in our company. So it becomes problem if you have our on Ruby on JavaScript we have our own framework. You have to do certain way, this way only. We have that feels complicated for people because it's not documented. But if you go Ruby on Rails, it's all frameworked. You can't do other way. You
Yeah.
break the framework, you will pay a heavy fine. He will give you custom, means framework will give customization. But if you go that way, you break everything. Means you will know you are doing something wrong, some sin you are committing.
Yeah.
That way, you no need to worry in Ruby on Rails. You say this is model, controller, how it works. One time the documentation, the chat or some need developer happiness prioritized over everything else. So when developer read that, there's they themselves, okay, this is how it is. I shouldn't break. Let use in the same way. So that way, I think 8 years of continuous development. Every week we have a release. It has sustained. Even though it may eat little bit CPU, but the peace of mind it gives is more it compensates more than the performance gain by running Node.js and all. But we run Node.js for wherever the API request response is required, analytics and all. Node.js only, nothing else works, or
Yeah,
we
no,
have to bring
Node.js
in a
in
G
that
code.
in that part of the, especially the
Yes.
request response, it man's directly talks to a C library. That's
Yes.
like what more you want? You have a
Yes.
wrapper around JavaScript, and
Yes.
there is what's the name of the library? I forgot the lib,
Yes.
something.
We use
Yeah,
Node.js.
yeah.
Express.js,
So
you mean?
yeah, no, the node itself under the hood there is a Java.
Libc.
Yeah,
Libc.
libc. So
Yeah.
the libc is there, and
Yes.
it does so much of the
Yes.
magic. You don't have to do request response. I think nothing beats
The
Node.js at
the
that point.
speed, nothing means the speed you want to process simple request response, run a machine, put Node.js on it, get the request and dump to whichever ahead pipeline, you are done with it. No
Yeah.
headache, no memory leaks, nothing that we have to deal with
Like
typical frameworks.
you won't even this reminds me of one of the open source project that I have currently, which is freeapi.app. So we thought a lot about going into the Django world because it was super easy for us to build the datas and all of that. Yes, once I thought for Ruby on Rails as well, but immediately stepped away from it.
Yeah.
And then I realized that we can save so much of the things just by putting a Node.js. So we decided to go all in JavaScript. A lot of people say, hey, you should have used TypeScript. I said, no, I want to keep it friendly for the beginners. And we run it on probably like $7 machine or something on
Yes.
DigitalOcean. And that's it. We get so
Yeah.
much of traffic. Everything is handled in just a $7 machine. And
Yes.
people say, use Lambdas, use AWS. No, man, you don't need it. Go
Yes.
for the VPS.
Yeah, true. For any project, new project we start, we don't means it has to be tested, then implemented. We go with Node.js. No thinking, no worries. Just go with it. You can instead of analyzing on paper, you will have the code working for you and knowing the things.
And once the
So
logics are there, it's easy to ship it
yes,
in different. Okay,
yes,
so I'm writing down one podcast we need to do on mobile apps because we have been discussing so much on that one about the marketing side of it,
sure.
marketing of tech. And especially, we'll discuss our case study of NoSQL. And that's painful. Hope you
Yeah,
don't cry in that. But
sure.
and we need to discuss about our editors as well. Like
Okay.
I have tried a lot of editors. I also try these days as well. Fun of being a YouTuber, the Z and all these things. A lot of people reach out, hey, try our editor. I don't show it on to the public until I am super happy with it. But there are so many of them. Some of them are coming up with the default cooked in AI features as well. Little
Yeah.
heavy on your system, but hey, it understands your context so nicely. So we'll do one on the editors as
Sure.
well. So I'm keep on writing, and one we'll do on the mobile apps as well because that CI/CD. Oh man, we are on to different. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Apart from this, we have rewritten our database couple of times. Not rewritten, but re-architectured it.
Yes.
And
More than couple of times. Yeah.
the major one happened when we started, I guess, roles. I guess
Yes.
that was
Yes.
the first time I remember.
Roles, then pricing plan. We had earlier
Yeah,
only one pricing
pricing.
plan possible.
Yeah.
So at that time, then multiple products we had to give. Earlier it was only course, recorded video were there.
Yeah.
So it was easy. So then multiple product types came in: course, mock test, test series,
Yeah, that was a major
ebooks.
one. That was a major one.
Yes. Yes.
But
So,
the first, the database rewrote is initially when we started this entire SaaS journey, it was just, hey, admin, it will do all the uploading, all the work, and that's it. That's what we thought, teacher. Then eventually we realized that, hey, it's not one man job. You need a team to upload the videos, to test the mock, to evaluate the mock exam, whatnot. A lot of things needs to be done. So we never thought initially that the role-based access is required. Now I teach role-based access even in my YouTube videos and everywhere, and I say, whatever you are building, just keep the flexibility of role-based access. Just keep an enum there. You might expand it later on. We can write the middlewares later on, but we need that. So while rewriting this database, oh man, we cried a little, and after that,
yeah.
after wiping our tears, like, how was the challenge of it? That like, how do
So
you enjoy the experience or
You see, this role-based access we were trying to crack from long time. It should not hamper the normal teacher operation. At the same time, new things can be added. Here, the major problem was security. Every operation a subadmin does, it should be documented in database. Because when we started rewriting it, at that time, some of the teacher had theft. So somebody exported they got the root admin, exported the complete data. So teacher couldn't trace back. We used to send mail, only mail was the trace back, but there was no logs, data logs. So each API request on the admin side, we have to log into some system. So either they were too heavy, means there are open source available, but they were too heavy. This is around 5 years back we are talking. So, or they were too light, means it can be easily cracked. So we used a design pattern in Ruby on Rails. It involves little bit of meta programming where the role ID and all it will call, and whenever the request comes before hook we had put, that is documented into database and the user is sent to do the action. So to do this, all the controllers, all the models, everywhere we had to put a hook. So fortunately, we had followed the framework properly. Means but not by our desire to have better design, but by
Not by choice, but forcefully.
Ruby on Rails have as that convention over configuration. So we had to do in certain way. We did it that way. So because of that, we could easily hook that out. So
Yeah,
we
and
could
that
create.
was really a
Yeah.
very serious thing, first very serious thing that we did, because rewriting at that scale, because we were already established and good,
Yes.
and rewriting nowadays it's easy. Now even in the admin platform, you see a tab where you can see all the logs what are happening. You don't need to even reach out to us. It's all
Yes.
there. Whatever your team is doing, a whole everything, and even you can ask us to give you the entire thing. We can do that. Even IPs are being there. Everything is being
Yes.
traced back. But oh man, that was one scary of whole
Yes.
rewrite of the database. I think the next one was comparatively okay because we already knew.
This one we call brain surgery because every operation had to go to the root. Next one was heart surgery, was pricing plan removing from the product and
Yeah.
putting into separate table. And through that, 5, 6, 10 pricing plan for one product could be created. So the problem is, new one we can do. Old guys we have to migrate. Until that, the product is not ready. So the major problem here is, for us, new feature we can develop, outside feature we can develop very quickly. But existing feature modification we usually frown because all already signed up user using our platform, we have to migrate them. We have to teach them again how to use it. So it's a lot of pain. 40% of time takes in development, 60% takes in migration. So
But there was a good outcome of that
yes,
migration, that we were able to inject multiple payment gateways, that we
yes,
tried so many ways and hacks before that, and it is required because sometimes you want to use Razorpay, sometimes you want to use Stripe, EasyBuzz. There are a lot of, and at least users should not go away. Instead of, like, if I'm there to
correct.
buy a course on any platform, if I'm buying UPSC, I'm buying SSC, whatever I'm buying, I should have option. Let's just say Razorpay is not working. My students should not go away for that because of
Yeah.
the all the Razorpay is usually very stable. Just taking them as example.
And
But there
location-based
should be
payment is
option.
also there, right? If you
Yeah,
are in
now.
US, you only face this problem. You were suggesting us to do this feature for quite long time. So US student should get in US dollar and they should pay
Yeah.
through Stripe. Indian guys should get in Indian Razorpay, Indian rupees, and they should pay through that.
Yeah.
So this one also was difficult in old one because there are multiple pricing plan again.
We
So
I tried it for so long. We tried different, and that
yeah,
is why we launched different platforms. One for
yes.
global, one for student. Man, so hacky days. We tried every single hack that's there. Okay, one more interesting question, which I'm pretty sure requires a dedicated topic on itself, which is cloud billing issues. So this is a common question. One of my YouTuber friend, you also met him in the Bangalore. So he also asked you the same question, and I would ask you in front of everyone as well. How do you pay that big of a goddamn AWS bill? Do you call these guys? Do you write a check? Do you transfer them in the account?
Oh, it's account transfer, Ritesh. It's pretty big. Although we are using, it feels bad, and off late GCP is giving very good offers, right? But we know this platform for so long, and our people are expertised in AWS, so we are continue using AWS. But yeah, AWS billing is little bit nightmarish. They have a lot of you are in enterprise plan. There are lots of different kinds of limits that you have to pass to get that discount. So we are in enterprise data plan where it has its own band to pay. Then bandwidth this much you have to use to get at lesser discount. So many limits are there, but platform wise pretty good, stable. We nothing to complain. Support or this wise, it's pretty good. But net banking we do. Thankfully, the management team or account management team is pretty good. They are okay, 5, 10 days here and there. They accept the payment and we do net transfer. The biggest problem for Indian company is they charge in dollars, they convert to Indian rupees. So we will be seeing it, oh, conversion, oh shit, this much
Yeah,
rate it is, increased for us in India.
and that increased even for 10 days of gap, it increased quite a lot. So
Yeah.
just yesterday I solved one of the issues. So there was a payment supposed to come in my bank, and somehow accidentally a client sent me the payment twice.
Okay.
And he says, hey, they should accidentally happen. I said, no problem, we'll refer it. Now the biggest challenge in the Indian banking system is to send the payment outside of India to an entity who is not in India. Oh
Yeah.
man. And
Problem.
it took me, like, even I had to reach to the my bank's like head office and whatnot, and their these forex department and whatnot, just to transfer back a small amount. It was not big, like around $5,000 or something, just that much only. But they had to put up a request of reversal first, then it has to go back. I had to give a signed letter, then it has to go back, then it came to me. And by the time, it took me almost a month. I was constantly talking to the client, hey, nothing to worry, it will come, it will come. And I had to face a loss of around 22,000 rupees or 18,000 just because the pricing went up. I'm like, come on, man. This is. I'm okay to give the money back, but hey, the
Yeah.
client is old and it's okay. But like, it's not that much of a big money, but why should I be paying for your delays? Oh man, we'll definitely discuss about the cloud billings and how. But I was very surprised and amused me to see people that, hey, how does people pay heavy bills? Oh, come on, man, it's the bank transfer. Like, would
Net
I
banking.
anybody? Like, it's not they come and we sign a check. Or, that's not how it
No,
works.
that doesn't work. It's
But it
all
was a
net banking.
funny question from
Yeah.
that YouTuber, not to name. But yeah, probably we'll bring him with
Yeah.
his consent. Then we'll probably okay. This again a big question. Of course, we love AWS, and initial days they have helped us even to set up this,
Yes.
give us a lot of credits and whatnot and all these things. But these days, it's equally aggressive growth from the GCP side, from the Azure side as well, and services
Yes.
are there, the support is there, the aggressive pricing is there. I think the only thing they are trying right now is to somehow move their enterprise or existing customer in their cloud. The pricing doesn't matter for them. Whatever the price, they are ready to shake the hand off. But
Yes.
what do you think? Where is it going?
It's pretty good for startups actually. We have hooked up so much with AWS, we have to rethink, right? It has to be neutral. Basically, we are using EC2 directly. Maybe we need to use the containers so that it should be easy to migrate. So GCP, as far we tried, we tested, it's pretty much at tier one cloud provider. Even their CDN was the biggest problem. Usually, this whatever AWS for us, CloudFront, what they provide CDN. Initially, if you remember, for tier three cities and all, it was really
Yeah.
bad. It was not that good. Now the problems are resolved. There is no problem. But 3 years ago, it was not good. We were streaming. We didn't write the CDN code. We don't have control. So even the request resolution was taking 15 to 20 days to why it's not streaming to some part of India. But now they have resolved it. AWS also same way. GCP is also pretty good. They claim to they will give YouTube based media streaming platform. So and speed and all we tested, it's pretty good. So GCP,
Oh man,
AWS are pretty much there.
I still doubt. I still
They
doubt
have
that
they
they give us
it's a
YouTube.
on paper. On paper they are saying they will give.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
When did you had this meeting? When did you had this meeting? I didn't know
Around
about
two
it.
months, 2 months back we had the architecture also mapped out,
We
but yeah, AWS guys reached. We talked to AWS 3 months ago, asked them to reduce the price and at least correlate with the market. They were not responsive at
Oh
that
man, what
point.
I didn't knew that the GCP gave it on paper, because remember once we were having discussion on that pizza that if YouTube gives the CDN, we'll immediately
Yeah,
migrate into.
yeah, yeah. I remember. We asked for that only. That was our USP. We wanted to move to, at that time, our CloudFront was very bad. AWS CloudFront was bad. It was not good. Now, not even a single problem has been registered for so long. It's been a year. But they are late to little bit market. But YouTube
They
CDN
should have done
means
it. Like at least they are 4 years
yes,
late at least.
yes, yes.
Like the CDN at that time of YouTube was so buttery smooth,
The best.
best in the market. But
Yes.
now AWS is catching. They have already catched up.
Yeah,
Like if
catched
you'll
up.
give Jeff Bezos so much of time, he has money in the bank, man. He can
Yeah.
roll out the stuff.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they matched the architecture matched but YouTube CDN has still glamour compared to CloudFront. CloudFront is like your workhorse.
Yeah.
This guy is like the unicorn kind of a thing, real pony. So
Okay.
we wanted to move, but again these people woke up late. They came back. Okay, our pricing is here. Their pricing is here. It's matter of $3,000-$4,000. Why you want to move? Then we stayed back with AWS.
Yeah.
AWS, we know it's pretty good. We know what services we use.
If we
So
are talking that much, how can we leave Vercel out of the picture?
Hitesh,
Oh
I
man.
don't like Vercel. We did the
We
wrong
we
thing of using Next.js.
we
Now
all
it's
hate equally Vercel. I also hate them. But we didn't have choice. It was Gatsby and Next. Like what could
yes,
have been done?
yes,
React was not supporting all those features.
correct.
The next best option was Gatsby. I tried Gatsby and we
Yeah,
divided it. Like on LCO we'll try the Gatsby, on the Learnyst we'll
yeah,
try Next.js.
yes,
We were not that happy with the Gatsby is as well. It's decent, but the additional injection of GraphQL, like man, come on, we need to strip it out. Too much of work.
yes,
And
yes,
then the best choice was Next.js. But I don't like the way how the Next.js is getting developed now. It's so
yes,
much hardware wired.
yeah.
Oh man.
It's so much fixed into the framework Vercel that we are using on AWS. It's not easy. We are wasting resources on AWS. We are running big machines, which is not required for JavaScript machines. So matlab, Next.js, whenever they give update, framework update, we are totally worried. What will happen now when we upgrade? So it's we need to re-architect that. We have to remove Next.js and use some other framework. So let's see.
I wish
So
React could have given us the server side rendering much
yes,
earlier or something.
yes,
It's so good if you use the, like, React is such a marvelous thing. It's such a nice thing. The developer experience is nice and everything. But hey, injecting, and thank goodness we are not on Next plus Vercel.
yeah. Oh no, it will not work for us at least.
No,
We are a multi-tenant architecture, and the architecture is so complex. If we are trying to do that, it will screw up royally.
Yeah, and again,
So
I remember it. I talked to the founder of the Hashnode that, hey, we are thinking about it. And he said, Vercel doesn't support it. They are building it for the first time just for the Hashnode. And that's
okay.
where they build the multi-tenant, because Hashnode is also multi-tenant. You
Hmm.
sign up on the Hashnode, they gives you on their blog and SSL. And so this was not there in the Vercel. They built
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for the Hashnode after the
Hmm.
funding. Vercel invested in the Hashnode. A good, a pretty
Uh,
good one. And we said, hey, what we are thinking. And then we analyzed about the pricing, and I think we both need to sell our cars to just pay the bills.
True, true. The price doesn't justify for what the value from the framework we are getting, because at the end of the day it's JavaScript running in Node.js, so you
And
can
I
get it
I
done
hate
with
that
little.
image tag. If any developers uses that image tag in the Next.js and you are on Vercel, I'm gonna get you in the code review that how you are putting this. Don't you worry about the bill. Like even a 2 MB image, it will run on all the CDNs.
Yes,
And then they will charge you for each CDN for the
yes,
same optimization that they have done here, and then they are just replicating it. Oh man, that alone can rack up your bill. Just one instance.
yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay.
Oh,
Coming back onto the final side of this. This has been really. I hope you are enjoying now the
yeah,
conversation.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
The final one. Okay. We all the time are looking for hiring good talents, and this is same in the industry. We are always looking for the people, and we have faced so many of the hiring challenges. And a lot of times, students, my students, even come to Learnyst and work with us and all of that. That's a good one. But do you think there is a false expectation in the market right now about the salaries and the growth and the learning curve and all these things? All thanks to YouTubers, that you know you're just getting started, you want to learn the things. Either
Yes.
the students and the freshers come with the mindset that, hey, I will only write JavaScript.
Yeah.
That's the one mindset we have to change quite a lot. And another
Yes.
one is the false salary expectation. There has been so many of these thumbnails about the 70 lakh package and 1 crore package. What do you think, how this is going to change?
That is, yeah. Hitesh, if you remember, initially we had set up Learn Code Online. Whoever graduated, you used to
Yeah.
pass on to the companies you used to know. So that system worked for us. We got pretty good guys. They were grounded. Means they were studying in Learn Code Online. They knew some of the thing. Even many of our current employees, they used to learn from Learn Code Online. So there are lots of fans, here whenever you come, So that was pretty good. We sometimes we don't even think that, okay, whoever coding JavaScript is not ready to code in Telegram, TypeScript or Next.js and all. So whenever, when we hire a person, we think he can do that, right? We would have given him, logical question. He will clear that. Okay, logically is good. He can code. That is proven. Let him take him and let him train and put to, different. We can't say, okay, JavaScript, we can give you JavaScript in this way only. So you go
Yeah.
to TypeScript or, Next.js or React Native. We change. So whoever is ready to learn and ready to want more and more desire or ambition is there to see what is there actually running, working, debugging. These skills are good. They thrive. Means we have seen lot of good developers who do that. Even if they don't know the lot of frameworks and all, they learn a lot and they quickly grow. So the other category of schools, typically from this coding schools, the tradition after engineering, like
Yeah.
engineering 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, from morning to evening, they make to code and GitHub around 300, 400 stars. That lost value after that. They want fixed environment. Any problem
Yeah.
comes, somebody has to help them. Otherwise, they will not move forward.
Yeah. And
So that
that
is
is
there.
that is a
And
big challenge. And what
yes,
about the salaries? Like, it has crazily, like, that
yes.
round is my most anxious round now, that what will happen?
Yes, salary we face, we are self-funded as you know. So they see one or two offers. Even in that offer, right, it will be either stocks or it will be hidden on performance or something like that. Not every company will give, totally when you join 70 lakhs together. There should be a value proposition. See,
Yeah, of
if
course.
I am working for the company, say you hire me as a developer. So what is the value I am creating? Typically in 10x value has to be created for
Yeah.
anything to return to come. If somebody paying say 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees per month, that guy should be generating 1 crore revenue for the company. At that time it works out. There is no problem in that way. But typically the products we do for India, it's for long term. The value prop is not realized immediately, and the customers or the market, see, they typically want courses in 5,000, 4,000. For a teacher, how much we can charge? We
Yeah.
can't hire programmer who wants 10 lakh and sell the product at 3,000 rupees per month. It will not work.
Yeah,
So
it
the
doesn't
only
work.
one thing for new freshers or developer, check the business. See, until the business has to pay. It's not coming from founder pocket or
Yeah.
investor. Sometime it may come, but ideally the
But
healthy
it's
business
it's
will
not
be.
a it's not a
Yeah,
long run. I have been into investors company as well. You know that
yeah,
very well. It's
yeah,
not a long run game.
yes,
Investors is a short term game. 2 years, 3 years. 3 years is a max. I'm selling you. Either they raise the round, get acquired.
yes,
There's a lot of drama that happens around that. But I think people need to understand that it's not about, you have seen a video, you have seen a salary negotiation video that you can negotiate. It's not about negotiation. It's about how much
yes,
value you're offering on that value you negotiate.
Yes, correct.
And that negotiate is a very, like, it cannot be like this. The
Yeah.
negotiation is like this.
Yes.
Either we are here or either we are here, and both are
Yes.
comfortable in both.
Yeah.
But if you are here,
So before taking interview and all, we make it clear this is the salary range this job is for. So if they are interested, go through it. Otherwise, it's waste of time for them also and us also. So first only, it's better they know what is the, what expectation it is. So
another structure that we have, which I'm super proud of, is we have very straightforward open structure that this is what you are being compensated. There is no hidden ESOPs which never get
Yes.
converted into money. If
Yes.
there are ESOPs or something, it will 100% get converted. Like, there are a lot of startups which I have worked also. There are others I've seen in my friends as well. They are still working in that. The ESOPs are being promised for any XYZ amount, and there is no value of that. There's just
Correct.
papers, nothing.
Yes, true, true.
So in the initial phase, you don't understand it, that what comes to your bank is actually the real value. Otherwise, rest, all the things, you sign the papers and everything. No, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. If I'm paying
Yes.
you 20 crores in NFTs, and it doesn't matter, man.
True. Yes.
We
Yes.
all
Yeah.
can design our own system where we can have NFTs and we can give each employees an NFT worth rupees 1 crores. Absolutely doable.
Yes, true. So what we do is in offer letter we will attach the salary pay slip how it looks. This is how PF. This is the deduction. Professional tax 200 rupees deduction. This is how tax is there. This is the tax amount it will be deducted. This is how your salary looks without any savings. So if you save, then tax amount will come down. So we attach the salary slip only. We generate one. When we enter the amount, we have a preview salary slip. We preview that. What is the amount they get? That one we will send. So that there should be no doubt there is an hidden, because many startups do that. So see, if an employee or anybody joins, right, it's not 1 month they will not give any value. 2 months, 3 months, it will take them to understand the platform, learn and start working. So it is a 2 year, 3 year, right? That is the relationship. So we take them, they don't get it, what it is, or they feel we are cheating. Then the work will also suffer same way. So this is how we send them very clearly. This is the salary slip will look. You can compare after your first month's salary.
Yeah, and one final note before we wind this up. We have actually, some forcefully, some by just here and there, we have migrated a lot of our developers into Ruby on Rails.
Yes.
And so far, none of them have moved out, I guess.
No. Lot of people who are working in front end, they want to try JavaScript. They want to become full stack developers. So in Learnyst, we have a policy that anyone can go to any team. You want Ruby on Rails, you can code. You want JavaScript, you can do that. Or testing or any team or any module they can do. And they have to be expert in their current module, hand over and go to that. There are around 5-6 people, JavaScript developers. They are working in backend in Ruby on Rails.
And I don't think anybody can pull them out now.
They do entire stack, that the vision or the the roadmap they get. Okay, I do this. On the AWS it's deployed like this. On front end it works like this. That for them is complete job satisfaction. For us it is we don't need to a backend guy you give this API, front end guy you do something like this.
I think
it is not there.
This is the proper way of how you become a full stack developer, because it's not about full stack. It's about full stack heavy on back end or full stack heavy on front end. But he knows how the things will architecture. Okay, this reminds me one more podcast that we'll do about, what do we call it? Maven? No, not Maven. The internal framework, what we used to call it.
Our
Raven.
internal loco admin, we have one. Loco admin.
No, we were having the Raven also, no?
Raven, yes. Raven is our design
Yeah.
system.
Yeah,
Raven, yes.
Yeah, we will discuss about the Raven.
Sure.
That's
Raven is our this character mutant.
Yeah, mutant. So we'll have one podcast on this. I've written down
Sure.
all the topics. I'll send you the screenshot. And one last thing that is important to discuss. Your thoughts on the Stack Overflow fiasco.
So,
So, for those who don't know the context of it, recently OpenAI went with signing a deal with the Stack Overflow that we will use all of your data. A lot of people say, hey, it's all good. We will get trained models and all of that. The users are not happy. Users are feeling betrayed that all of our questions are getting there. Memes are there that it will say that duplicate question in the chat GPT now, or it will abuse you straightforward that how can you ask the stupid question? So, what do you think? The data
See,
platform is
I
now.
use ChatGPT day in, day out. It's pretty good actually. Means, yeah, you know, lot of things, how things should be formulated or explained. It's pretty good in ChatGPT. You can't beat that. So I think it's good. See, Stack Overflow, you go so much and see the right answer. Someone ChatGPT is there, which will give you the distilled version of it. It's pretty good. So, rather than analyzing as a business, you see from the value prop, it will save a lot of time. And you will no need to read the entire things which are non-valid things, because Stack Overflow, the problem is there are 4 or 5 solutions. You at least 2 will be valid. You need to try both or do this, do that. Sometimes answer will be invalid because of the Unix version change or design change.
And
So
even ChatGPT understands your context and modify that
yes.
existing answer and gives you a solution that works. But a lot of people feels like, although they have never paid to the Stack Overflow, but they still feel like they own that data of that answer. But it's clearly mentioned in their terms and condition, which we never read, that hey, it's owned by Stack Overflow. You should be either reading it. But I think it's a little hate that they are getting from the developer community. But we never paid to Stack Overflow. They served it as a
Correct.
community. They collected a lot of data, but hey, there are both sides of it. You can hate it, love it. What's done is
Yes.
done.
Yes. But it will help us only, right? Developers, we are looking for a solution. It will save time. Lot of time it will save. I think Google search almost I stopped doing only for any code problem. There is ChatGPT.
Oh man, that's why Google is worried. That's why Google is firing the Python team. You are the reason, man.
I have the tab always open, so and it learns from you, right? So it knows what is our problem and all. So we are application engineers basically. We are not, we need to apply the logic or functionality somewhere the problem what we are facing. The best solution we apply, the solution will be that much better, and customer will appreciate. So it's
Yeah.
win-win. Means it's simple, approach, but it works. So.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Ah, that's so fun. We'll definitely have more such conversation. Even I'm planning to bring more of my friends. I'll reach out even. Previously we were discussing. I'll bring in Sebastian. He's a fun guy to talk. The founder of Fast API. He's fun guy to talk. Absolutely love his charm and stuff, and his mustache especially. So we'll
Yeah.
bring more of people and who are other tech creators. I will definitely invite them. I'm even talking to a couple of them. I've messaged them, and hopefully we'll see more of these conversation about scaling, system designs. We'll even bring some of our engineers from the office itself. That
Yes.
hey, let's have a talk and discussion on this. I think after 5-10 minutes, you feel very comfortable. There is no need to.
Yeah. True, true. Security, we are doing something, means, see
Oh
this
yes,
DRM, right?
yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah. We forgot to
Yes.
write this down. Oh, that's the most important one we need to get in.
Two things we are working on, Hitesh. One is security, one is analytics, learning analytics.
Yeah,
So,
analytics we have seen. That's
yeah.
pretty cool. Oh, where are my notes? Yeah, here it is. We need to talk about the security because it's something that a lot of people think it's easy to crack. It's
Oh,
not. Just because you are able to bring in one string doesn't mean you
yes.
are able to bring in the video itself.
Yes.
It looks like,
Yes.
and even there are honeypots as well.
Yes.
So
So,
DRM we need to talk, and once we need to talk about the analytics. How much time it took us to build? I think we have been building it from last 1 year, 1.5 years.
analytics, yes. 1 year, 1 year plus we are building.
1.5
Security, it's
years.
a ongoing effort. You can't stop, you can't relax. You have to always add.
Yeah, analytics. We'll have a discussion. I'm pretty sure a
Yeah.
lot of engineers, a lot of people will be able to learn so much about the videos, the analytics, the security. So much to talk and so much fun stuff. All right, so this was the one fun podcast. My approach to bring in senior developers here who have worked on the things. They can bring out some insights about how actually things works, what our opinions about the mobile apps and system designs and AWS and editors and whatnot. And I think I couldn't find out a much better person than Shankar, who is comfortable with me. I'm comfortable with him. We can talk
Yes.
about fun stuff. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We'll bring more such podcast fun talks and all of that stuff. And again, remember, there's so much more to discuss about that. In case you want to check out learnyst.com as well. It's fun. If you want to use it, hey, go ahead, use it. If you want to teach anything, there's so much of that. All right, that's it for this one. Bye-bye, everyone.